This book is God's revelation to His Prophet, delivered by the greatest angel Jibreel, peace be upon him. This book serves as guidance, and teachings for Muslims. Within its pages, you will find wisdom, direction, and the foundations of faith, helping to establish their life in this world and in the hereafter. This book is miraculous in its language. God challenged the eloquent ancient Arabs who were masters of speech, yet they couldn't produce anything like it. He challenged them to produce just 10 chapters, surahs, but they failed. And then to create just one chapter, surah, yet they couldn't. So what do you know about the Quran? Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Islam Shore YouTube channel. This is Amr Abul Wafa, and today we'll talk about the Holy Quran. The Quran began its revelation in Makkah. The Prophet Muhammad, prayers and peace be upon him, first received God's messages over the course of 13 years in Makkah before the migration, Hijrah, to Al-Madinah. The Quran was revealed gradually, comprising 114 surahs. 73 surahs were revealed in Makkah, focusing on fundamental beliefs such as the oneness of God, personal faith, and moral guidance. This emphasis was necessary because the early Muslim community was small and faced persecution from the Quraysh, who upheld idol worship and opposed monotheism. The Makkah surahs aimed to strengthen the faith of the believers and prepare them spiritually for the challenges ahead. After the Hijrah, the Prophet spent 10 years in Al-Madinah, during which 41 surahs were revealed. These surahs focused on laws, governance, and social justice, reflecting the needs of the growing Muslim community and establishing a framework for societal order. When the revelation began to the Prophet Muhammad, prayers and peace be upon him, it became crucial for the Prophet and his companions to preserve these divine messages. His followers were immediately wrote the revelations down and committed them to memory as they were revealed. The effort to gather these revelations into one book started after the Prophet's passing, as it was clear that the revelations has come to an end. The Quran consists of chapters known as surah, each with its own name, such as Surah Al-Fatiha, the opening, Surah Al-Baqarah, the cow, and Surah Al-Ma'idah, the table. Surah Al-Baqarah particularly notable as it contains 286 verses, making it the longest surah in the Quran. Each surah has a different number of verses. For example, Surah Al-Kawthar contains only 3 verses, while other surahs vary widely in length. Now, the verse in Arabic called ayah, verses called ayat. These verses can vary in length. Some are just a few letters long, like the verse Alif, Lam, Mim, while there are longer verses, such as in the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Most Merciful, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The Quran is protected from any changes because it's divinely preserved by Allah. Allah has promised that the Quran is protected, ensuring that the original message remains intact as it was revealed. The meticulous efforts of the early followers to memorize and document the Quran further safeguarded it against alterations over time, allowing it to be accurately transmitted through generations. Today, the Quran is preserved by hundreds of thousands of people around the world, ensuring its continuity for future generations. So, what are the topics covered by the Quran? Quran covers a wide range of topics, offering guidance for all aspects of life. For example, it includes teaching on faith and beliefs, such as the verse, Say, He is Allah, who is one, Allah, the eternal refuge. Surah Al-Ikhlas, verses 1 and 2. Also provide guidance on morality and ethics, like the verse, and to speak to people good words. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 8. We find the stories of the past prophets, reminding us of Allah's messages, such as the verse, And we certainly sent into every nation a messenger, saying, Worship Allah and avoid false gods. Surah An-Nahl, verse 36. The Quran speaks about the social justice, calling for fairness and kindness. Indeed, Allah orders justice and good conduct, giving to relatives. Surah An-Nahl, verse 90. In terms of the family relations, it emphasizes the importance of caring for one's parents, and we have enjoined upon man care for his parents. Surah Al-Ahqaf, verse 15. Moving on to the topic of excellence, the Quran teaches us the importance of striving for the best in our actions. For instance, patience is highlighted as a virtue of excellence, and be patient, for indeed Allah is with the patient. Surah Al-Anfal, verse 46. The Quran emphasizes the importance of charity, guiding believers to help those in need, establish prayer and give zakah, and obey the messenger. Perhaps you will receive mercy. Ahkam al-Sharia, Islam law, is also covered, providing guidelines for daily life. And judge, O Muhammad, between them by what Allah has revealed, and don't follow their inclinations. Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 49. The Quran speaks about the heaven Jannah as a place of reward for the righteous. Indeed, the righteous will be among gardens and rivers, in a seat of honor near a severe, perfect in ability. Surah Al-Qamar verses 54 and 55. It also warns of hell, Nar, as a consequence for wrongdoers, and fear the fire which has been prepared for the disbelievers. Surah Al-Imran verse 131. The Quran discusses the day of judgment, emphasizing accountability. Indeed, those who believe and do righteous deeds, they will have the gardens of paradise as a lodging. Surah Al-Kahf verse 107. Last example, the Quran reflects on the nature of the universe, highlighting the signs of Allah's creation. Indeed, in the creation of the heaven and the earth and the alternation of the night and the day are signs for those of understanding. Surah Al-Imran verse 190. In conclusion, the Quran provides guidance on every aspect of life, from personal faith to how we interact with others, including law, ethics, and reflections on the afterlife. By following these teachings, we are encouraged to lead lives filled with faith, compassion, and purpose. Earlier, we highlighted the miraculous nature of the Quran, especially its linguistic miracle. However, the miracles extend to scientific insights. For example, the creation of a baby in the womb. In Surah Al-Mu'minun, verses 13 and 14, it states, "Then we made him a drop of sperm in a firm lodging. Then we made the sperm a clot, alaqa. And then we made the clot alum, mudgha. And then we made out of that loom bones. And we clothed the bones with flesh. And then we developed out of it another creation." This detailed description outlines stages of fatal creation that was known over 1400 years ago. Yet the Quran accurately presents them, aligning the modern science. How could the Quran possess such knowledge long before it was verified? This invites us to think. And finally, I hope this content has enhanced your knowledge. Please subscribe for more insightful content. Thank you for watching, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.